So, when I said ranking the top 10 best roller coasters in Ohio was a tough challenge, I obviously didn't think about Pennsylvania. This state has the second most amount of roller coasters, just behind California. Not only do they boast a huge coaster collection, but a well-diverse one to boot. Many of America's classic roller coasters reside in Pennsylvania, including the oldest roller coaster in the world, Leap the Dips, at Lakemont Park. Ranking these roller coasters will be no easy task. I know that whatever order I place them in, someone is going to be upset. There really is no right answer when it comes to the best, so in the end, I'm going with my gut and rank them the way I think it should be. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Number 10, Talon, located at Dorney Park, opened in 2001. Not only is this one of the best roller coasters in Pennsylvania, it's an underrated attraction overall. When you think of inverted roller coasters, most will overlook this hidden gem at Dorney Park. The ride has some fun, forceful inversions, including a snappy zero-G roll and corkscrew. The second half of the ride switches gears by staying low to the ground while performing a strong, near-vertical turnaround. This is a solid attraction that's fun from drop to break and worth a trip to Dorney just to snag this credit. Number 9, Fahrenheit, located at Hershey Park, opened in 2008. Speaking of underrated roller coasters, let's talk about Fahrenheit. This one-of-a-kind, intimate creation features a vertical lift, beyond vertical drop, 6 inversions including a Norwegian loop, cobra roll, and 2 corkscrews. Even with a focus on inversions, Fahrenheit still finds a way to include a couple moments of airtime with that beyond vertical drop and speed hill during the end of the ride. The only negative about this attraction, Fahrenheit has a slight rattle that reaches its peak during the cobra roll. However, with the addition of the soft strap restraints, the rattle is not much of a bother. Number 8, Phoenix, located at Knoebels, opened in 1985. Going from underrated to overrated, yet still a solid attraction worthy of attention. If you follow the Golden Ticket Awards, I'm sure you know all about Phoenix. This classic wooden coaster continues to be ranked amongst the best wooden coasters on the planet. The ride features a very simple figure-8 pattern but loaded with great floater airtime. The second half of the ride is where Phoenix really comes alive, making you wonder how a simple buzzer bar has held you inside the train for the entire ride. Number 7, Steel Curtain, located at Kennywood, opened in 2019. I promise this video isn't a secret underrated video because yet again, here's another underrated roller coaster, or maybe it's misunderstood. Steel Curtain turned heads with its weird layout including 9 inversions and the tallest inversion in the world. Steel Curtain was the first roller coaster to break through that 7 inversion barrier here in North America that has held up since the 1980s. What I find interesting about Steel Curtain, it's not just a simple looping roller coaster. The ride has 9 inversions, all unique from each other. There are a couple pops of airtime and a moment or two of hang time. Let's not forget about that steep lift that gives me vertigo every time I ride. Number 6, Great Bear, located at Hershey Park, opened in 1998. Consistently ranked as one of my favorite inverted roller coasters. There's so much to love about this roller coaster. Its unique layout for one, I love how the ride starts off with a helix before taking on the big drop. The inversions are forceful and exciting, especially the zero-G roll and corkscrew. Second, the way the ride is built, interacting with multiple attractions, is unlike any other invert in the US. The ride is a true engineering marvel, and I love the creativity that went into it. Alright, we are at the top 5, and this is the tough part. My ranking is going to be unorthodox, but I'm okay with that. Number 5, Ravine Flyer II, located at Waldameer, opened in 2008. I know that most would consider Phoenix to be the best wooden roller coaster in Pennsylvania, but I have to disagree. Ravine Flyer II took me by complete surprise after my first ride in 2017. The layout is unique, loaded with airtime, tunnels, and even a bridge. The view at the top of the lift hill is breathtaking, getting to soak in all of Lake Erie in the distance. The ride may have gotten a little rough, but it also adds to the character. Oh, and I can't forget about that slow overbank turn that provides a little lateral or hang time, whatever you think it is, before diving down the side of the mountain into yet another tunnel. Number 4, Skyrush, located at Hershey Park, opened in 2012. The most polarizing roller coaster to be discussed, many either love this attraction or hate it. Well, I'm leaning closer to the love it group, but not as much as I used to. This ride is a powerhouse of elements. I love the fast cable lift followed by an insane first drop that has an incredible ejector airtime in the back row. After that, the ride just pummels you with strong ejector airtime and intense turnarounds right up until it slams you into the brakes. Of course, for the 15,000th time now, the ride is really hampered by the bad restraints that crush your thighs. I know that some aren't bothered by these restraints, but just keep in mind if you haven't been on Skyrush. Number 3, Candymonium, located at Hershey Park, opened in 2020. Some might be screaming heresy that I have Candymonium ranked this high on my list. Well, I think this is yet another underrated roller coaster in the state of Pennsylvania. B&M knows what they're doing when they make these hyper coasters. Each airtime hill is great, providing solid floater airtime. The first drop is great, best to be experienced in the back row. Candymonium even has a couple tricks up its sleeve, including that speed hill and banked airtime hill right after the upward spiral. The giant Hershey Kiss fountain makes for fun interactions, plus it's just cool to look at. Number 2, Phantom's Revenge, located at Kennywood, opened in 2001. What can I say, my home park has one of the best hyper roller coasters in the country. Phantom's Revenge is a shorter ride but packs a real punch. The layout is unlike anything else in this country, starting off with the unconventional twisted first drop, followed by the main event, and 228-foot dive right off the side of the mountain, piercing through Thunderbolt's structure. After the big drop and turnaround, Phantom's Revenge changes gears, focusing on strong pops of airtime, relentless airtime right up onto the brake run. Before I get to my number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Storm Runner, located at Hershey Park, opened in 2004. This roller coaster has it all: the launch, airtime, inversions, hang time, snappy maneuvers, and fun interactions. There's not a single dull moment on Storm Runner. The launch is one of the best, not quite as crazy like Top Thrill Dragster or King to Ka, but it still delivers a nice kick. The top hat delivers some excellent airtime, and we can't forget about that flying snake dive. This inversion starts off with a 0G roll, then continues on into its twisted dive. Similar to Great Bear, Storm Runner uses the terrain to its advantage, weaving through and around multiple other attractions. Well, that's going to do it for today's list. It can be a little trivial ranking these roller coasters because many of them are so close that they could switch in ranking without warning. What are your favorite roller coasters in the Keystone State? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please click on the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe. That way you continue to get more great content brought to you by Extreme Thrills.